Well, hello and welcome back to another shirt ranking video. Now this is a bit of a different one, and it was really inspired by the recent collaboration between AC Milan and Off-White. Before I speak about the collaboration, I'm both a fan of AC Milan and normally a fan of what Off-White produce. I think they make some very nice clothing, and AC Milan generally have some quite nice kits. And I was very excited when I saw that both of the teams were collabing. In the past, AC Milan have had really good collaborations. I think Pleasures was the most recent one, which made some bangers as well. But I'm not sure what AC Milan and Off-White were cooking here, because I don't rate it personally, and I don't think many people do either. So these are the two shirts they produced. You know, they have hallmarks of the Off-White design, you know, like the text with the quotations and the logo within that design. But why is it a green gradient? When has green ever been a colour of AC Milan? I'm sure they've had it on maybe an away shirt or a third shirt at some point, but as far as I'm aware, green is not a colour of AC Milan. So why? Personally, I would have switched the green for a red gradient on the black shirt and then a black gradient on the red shirt. But hey, what do I know? Yeah, that got me, you know, thinking about the wacky world of designer football shirts. And that also took me down a rabbit hole of fake designer football shirts and then just fake shirts in general. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. I've got about 20 fake shirts here that I've scoured the web for. So we've got 5 rankings to go through. We've got Turkish market type beat, which, you know, just the worst of the worst fake shirts that you'd see on some Turkish market selling football shirts. We've seen them before. The one that leaps to mind is this Nottingham Forest one from the season just gone. I've never seen that shirt in my life. We've then got Nah, Mid, Solid Effort, and then for the best of the best, we've got Make It Real. I'm not sure if a shirt will make it into Make It Real, but, you know, there's a few corkers in here, so you may get lucky. But without further ado, we are just going to jump into it. We're going to start off with this Ajax Vincent van Gogh Starry Night shirt. And this is actually a shirt which is technically real, but looks quite different. So Ajax have done a Starry Night Vincent van Gogh collaboration shirt. It looks like this. I like it. It looks far better than whatever was cooked up here, to be honest. Like, why is the tower also on the sleeve? What's going on with that? Yeah, I've seen this floating around online a lot, being sold as a official Ajax shirt by some retailers, which it just isn't. And I think for that reason, it's going to go in. It's not what you'd see in a Turkish market. Maybe an upmarket one. I don't know. But yeah, it's not great. I don't like how it's been executed. They've literally just ripped the painting and slapped it on a shirt with no consideration. Ajax badge in yellow does kind of work, to be fair, but nah, just not for me. And then move on to this Arsenal fake. Now, Arsenal, I believe, have a shirt similar to this. Yeah, so Arsenal back in 2021 had a very similar shirt to this, which looks a lot better than whatever this monstrosity is here. Don't like the base colour. Not really a fan of this. What is it, like a marble design, I guess, that's going on? It don't look great either way. Yeah, it just doesn't look good, really. Would you see it in a Turkish market? I think you could. It's bottom of the barrel. It's really not good. And then move on to this wacky Arsenal shirt design. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I've spent more time than I'd like to admit trying to decipher what actually this print is, and my eyes just can't make out anything in there whatsoever. Probably have to say it's some sort of AI designed print that just looks terrible. It's very clearly a fake. It just doesn't look good whatsoever. You probably would see that on a Turkish market as well. I can't lie. I don't even know what's going on in the design, but it just looks bad. Arsenal would never release something like this. You know, they take their kits and fashion quite seriously over there. They wouldn't release this. This is embarrassing. This one, however, this one is very nice. This is a Brazil shirt with the Chrysler Redeemer front and center. A couple of Brazilian flags in there as well. I quite like it, I'm not gonna lie. Love the badge color scheme with the yellow and the green. Love just the Chrysler Redeemer front and center. You know, I know Christianity is a big thing in Brazil, and you know, Chrysler Redeemer is a massive landmark within that country. But I can't see them just whacking him on a football shirt. as cool as that may be. Not sure why there are a couple of Brazil flags just dotted around the kit. I'm not really a fan of that design element, but the Christ Redeemer does look very cool. I'd honestly, very solid effort. Not sure I'm making it real, but it's decent. It's very decent. Without the Brazilian flags, I could bump it up, but because they're on this design, I just can't do that, unfortunately. But yeah, very solid effort nonetheless. From solid effort to I think I might need an eye test here with this very interesting Chelsea thing. It'd be a stretch to call it a concept, to be honest. This is horrendous. My God. And I'm very certain Manchester City have had a training shirt that looked like this as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm maybe misremembering something you'd be seeing on screen, but this is fucking awful. Golden badge works with the design of the shirt, but that design is... I don't even know what's going on. Whoever created that needs to be, you know, done away with, quite frankly, for a lack of a better term. This is a shirt that has plagued my shirt collecting career. England Euro 2020 template. What a phenomenal shirt that is. And it's a collab with Burberry, apparently. Now, I saw this shirt a lot around the Euros and afterwards, and I thought it looked pretty decent, to be fair, but coming back and looking at it now, it's not that good. I do like the red stripe down the centre. That's a nice touch, so whoever designed this did a good job there. I think monochrome England badge does work well alongside the coloration of the Nike tick, but it's just that Burberry design, man. It doesn't look great. It's actually a solid shirt, so it's going in mid. It's not the worst thing I've seen, we'll put it that way. As we move swiftly on to the Italy Versace shirts. Yes, this was around the same time as the England Burberry shirt was being cooked up. There are numerous Italy Versace shirts just popping up, and this is the one I've chosen. There were 3 designs, which are all the same thing, just different colours. This was my personal favourite of the 3, and it's not actually that bad of a shirt, to be honest. I'm a big fan of the design they've got going on not only the cuffs and the collar, but also the hem of the shirt as well. I think that's very nice, very unique, and within Versace's brand. And then just a massive Versace in the middle of the shirt does make sense. And the print is also very Versace inspired. Yeah, I think it looks okay. The blue colour scheme is definitely my favourite of the 3. I like it more than the England Burberry shirt, but that's where my praise really ends. It doesn't work for me as a shirt in general, but it looks pretty decent. I'll give them that. I'll allow them something there. Another scourge of the football shirt community, the Japan anime shirts. There's quite a few of these. I've picked out just a couple to look at, but this is the most egregious one, the one I've seen the most. So it takes, just a lovely Japan football shirt and then just sticks anime all across it. Like there's a Goku in there, there's that weird little dog guy, there's Luffy, Astro Boy, probably a lot of anime that I'm just not recognizing at the moment, but there's a lot of guys in there, a lot of recognizable anime characters. It just doesn't look that good. Like you've just plastered a bunch of anime characters on a shirt. No better than one of them Ahegao hoodies, those dreadful monstrosities. At least this doesn't have hentai on it. That's the only praise it's getting from me. I'm really not a fan of this shirt. Yeah, it doesn't look that good. Hey, if you like anime and you like football, why not? It's going in half for me. Okay, and then move on to this Japan anime shirt. This is more Dragon Ball Z inspired, and it looks better than the previous one, I must say. Big fan of what they've done with the Japan badge, only leaving that little circle on there. I think it looks cool. Works better with the whole shirt's design than the previous one we looked at. All in all, it's quite a solid shirt, I must say. I'm a big fan of the colour schemes. It's like trans rights Dragon Ball Z, so it gets points for that. But again, you are just whacking anime characters on a football shirt, and it again gives Ahegao vibes. Maybe more so than the last one, because at least those were in like shapes. This just has some characters pretty much slapped on everywhere. But the colour scheme is better. I like what they've done with the badge. I'm going to give it a mid. So yeah, like anime, but not really a fan of those shirt designs. Alright, and this was the one that took me down the rabbit hole of these fake designer shirts. It is the Juve Gucci collab that obviously never came into fruition. But look at this shirt, man. This is a thing of beauty. And there's also a white version of it as well, which I think looks just as nice, especially with the snake on it. There's designs with and without the snake, and I think they both look quite nice. but I just think adding the snake makes it that much better, even if snakes are an Inter Milan thing. The design looks cool, you know, the design looks cool. I think this is probably my favourite of the fake designer shirts because it does work well. Big fan of the Gucci pattern in the body of the shirt with the stripe down the centre with those Gucci colours, and then the snake just mwah. You know, Jeep slapped across the shirt once again ruins a Juventus shirt, but this is a fake kit at the end of the day, so is it really ruining it? I'm not sure, but this goes to make it real for me. I do like it. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Gucci, really. I just think this looks sick, and the white version as well is a favourite of mine in this fake designer thing we're doing. This is the second Gucci Juve shirt that I found, probably like a pre-match or something. Doesn't look as good as the snake one, I must say. It's got the Gucci logo as part of the pattern, very similar to the previous shirt, but it's also got this red design within there. I don't like it. It's not got a snake on it either, like what's the point? So yeah, it's going in R for me. But hey, they've had one good Gucci collab, so they can take a fucking failure as well. Oh boy, Manchester United, you know, biggest team in England for some reason, and they have a lot of fakes out there, and it was hard to whittle down just a couple. I've managed to pick two, which I think are particularly egregious. This one I like. I'm a big fan of the 92-94 Manchester United third shirt, which replicated the colours of Newton Heath, and it's a shame they've not done a shirt like that since, but with the current ownership issues, you can understand why. You've got half of the body is yellow with the sleeve is green, and then half the body is green with the sleeve is yellow. I like that design feature. It replicates the original shirt really well. Not too sure about the white bits on the collar here, but what colour would you do them if you were doing a half and half green and yellow shirt? Maybe have the alternating stripe colours. We know they can do that. They've done it with Fulham and some other teams, so that could have been an option. I'm drawn to it personally, mostly because I am a fan of the original Newton Heath shirt they did, and I'd like to see them return to that colour scheme, and I'm sure there are many fans out there that would like that as well. I think a modern variation of that shirt would sell very well, but obviously with the Glazer out protests and those protests using these colours, it's very unlikely that we'll see that anytime soon. It's a very solid effort from the fakers there. Probably change a few things to make it real, maybe tone down the garish white lines of it, just keep the green and the yellow patterns within that. Could look a lot better, but yeah, other than that, it's a very solid shirt design, and I think Manchester United fans could be pretty happy if that came to fruition. Probably because they had a new ownership structure in that point. Oh my god, this Manchester United shirt. Just drink it in, because what on earth are we looking at here? This is, how do I put this? Dreadful. Right, base is red. You know, that's fine. It's a Man United shirt, to be expected. It's got some nice subtle stripes within that body. Quite a nice design feature that I like. White stripes on the Adidas. Okay, I can accept that. Blue. Just blue in general, because use on this shirt is fucking awful. What is it doing? Not only is a blue sponsor, but they're just these blue squares on the cuffs and the collar. What is going on there? Who added that? Why did you add that? Because it just looks dreadful. Yeah, fuck, Turkish market type beat, man. They wouldn't even create a monstrosity like this. Fucking hell. We're going to move swiftly on to a much better shirt, and one of the more recent ones on this list. It is a Mexico home shirt. And oh my gosh, they cooked. Whoever made this shirt cooked. It wasn't Mexico, it wasn't Adidas, but it looks fucking phenomenal. And it really should have been a real shirt. They've simplified the Mexico crest, just put in the little bird on there with a little football. Nice. Gold, simple Adidas logo. Bit big, but nice. This cool, like, feather leaf motif that's around the sleeves. Lovely. The collar, brilliant. The design within the body of the shirt, calling back to that iconic Aztec Mexico shirt. Just a phenomenal all-round, brilliant colour scheme. Lovely design features with the collar and the cuffs. I think any Mexico shirt that follows this fake is going to flop so hard, because this is a thing of beauty. One of the best fake or concept shirts I've seen out there in a long time. Make it real, boys. Make it real. You will sell millions. The current Mexico shirts are selling quite well, especially that away shirt. But this would sell very good. Very good. We go from what is a very solid fake to something less so. Quite frankly, scratching my head because I don't know what to make of this. It is a very abstract design, very Dazzle Camo-esque, but using the design motifs of the Netherlands, including both the lion and the KNVB text, which is the name of the Dutch Football Federation. I like it. I do like it. Very out there design, very Dazzle Camo, but the colours work well. It's that, classic Netherlands orange, black secondary colour for the Nike tick, the most of the badge or the logo, and on the cuffs and the collar. It's very solid. It is very decent, don't get me wrong, but it is a very busy shirt design. I can appreciate, the lion looks very cool. Big fan of the Dutch FA's lion. It's very nice, looks designed well, but just doesn't lend well to this shirt design, I feel, because you've got a full colour version and then an outline version, if you're catching my drift. And yeah, I just can't rate it. Not solid effort, but it's mid. No, it is a solid effort. I lied. It's a very solid effort, but I wouldn't make it real. Oh, this Nigeria shirt is beautiful, and so is the away version. And I fell to my knees when I found out this wasn't real, because this is a phenomenal Nigeria shirt, and I think that anything that follows this will just be a disappointment because of what we could have had. Now, when I first initially saw this leak back probably about a year ago now, massive fan. I was prepared to buy a Nigeria shirt, and I think this Nigeria shirt is wonderful. It's got some traditional Nigerian or African patterns on either side of the body of the shirt, with a nice white strip down the centre with the Nigerian Football Federation badge and the Nike tick in the centre, with a lovely retro style collar, which is then complemented by some cuffs as well. Thing of beauty. I love it. I really wish it was real, because I would have bought that in a heartbeat. Well, I'd have waited for it at a sale, but I would have definitely purchased it. Get a 1 year or an Ulla on the back. Class. Oh my god. We've seen some shocking shirts in this video so far. This is a contender for the worst of the lot. I'm just going to give us a few seconds to really just drink it in. Fuck me. What is going on here? It almost feels like a stereotype of the French, wearing a striped shirt like this. Are they going to play football? Are they going to sell me onions? I really don't know, but I really do not like it. PSG have had some banging shirts in the past. Do not get me wrong. They make absolute wonderful corker shirts, but this ain't it. This really is not it. Thank God this is fake. Bottom of the barrel. Almost as bad as that Manchester United shirt. Almost. Another PSG shirt. Boy, do these fakers love PSG, but they are like the fashionable club, so I guess it makes sense. And this thing. Yeah, could easily be a Qatar shirt. The fucking size of that sponsor. Oh my god. First of all, we've got an off-center PSG badge that's a bit wonky, in a colour scheme that's not that great. But at least the colours match with the Nike tick and the massive sponsor. Why is it so big? Not really sure what's going on with this design though. It's like a Rorschach test. And all I can see are my parents fighting. Yeah, that's going nah. Oh, another PSG shirt. This one is less of a fake from what I could tell, just more of a design test, I guess. It's based off of a Nigeria shirt, just with the PSG badge and colours. And I think it looks quite nice, to be fair. And the football shirt it's mimicking also looks nice. There's also a Leon version of this, which looks pretty identical, to be fair. From memory, it's decent, I'd like to see PSG do something like this. I've always been a fan of their sash designs, where they've got their logo and then just like a blue and red stripe down the left of the shirt. I think it looks quite nice. So yeah, this would be a fun, interesting take on it. Would I buy it? Definitely not. But it's a nice shirt. Colours work well. Design is nice. It's going in solid effort. I could fuck with that. The end of PSG, and we move on to a fake Real Madrid shirt. Now, they have also had their fair share of fakes in the past, but they're just white kits, so that's boring. This is good though. A purple Real Madrid shirt, which they have become quite partial to in recent years, with a dragon on it. Fucking sick, bro. I like what they've done here. Largely purple shirt with some orange design elements, which I think is quite nice. Colours work well together. And I'm just a fan of the dragon, man. I like dragons. Also, a retro style collar is also a good way to get extra points from myself. I like this. I'd be very happy if this was real. Get Bellingham on the back. What a lovely shirt. And finally, one of the banes of my existence is this fake Venezia shirt, which I've seen a lot of people wearing, and I just hope they know it's fake. I like Venezia. I don't think that's a secret. You know, I've owned quite a few of their shirts. Well, 3, but I own 3 of their shirts, and I keep up with the exploits in Syria. It's not looking good, boys, but hey, at least you're there. And yeah, this is not good. I could see why people think it could be a real shirt if they're not really tuned into the football shirt space. You know, Venezia and Kappa had a very solid set of shirts and a very solid run up until Nocta took over and created some, we'll call interesting shirts. But this did feel like something Kappa would do with Venezia. They were that club at the time. It felt legitimate. And for a short time, I was also taken in by, yo, this is a real shirt. This looks sick. It was never real. And looking at it now, you can easily see why. It just doesn't look like a football shirt. And it's not something Kappa would produce. It knows the way to my heart with a lovely retro style collar, but that's the only thing this shirt has going for it. Everything else looks terrible. It's been a constant throughout my football shirt collecting journey, my football shirt collecting career, if you will. And I just hate it every time I see it, you know. So it's probably a Turkish market type beat, if I'm being honest. It's in a very similar vein to the Ajax Van Gogh shirt, just not as nice. Okay, so yeah, that has been my football shirt ranking of these fake or designer fake football shirts. There's quite a few interesting designs in there, and it shows what football clubs could do if people actually put a bit of care and passion into designing football shirts like I do. Humble brag, I've made multiple videos in the past. We'll have more videos coming out in the future where I design custom football shirts, so keep an eye out for those if you're interested. But yeah, there's quite a few solid designs in here, and some absolute honkers that, you know, I think the death penalty would be too light of a punishment for them, to be honest. Juventus, if you do collab with Gucci, make sure it's got the snake on it. Mexico, hire whoever made this shirt for you just to remake it. And Nigeria, please release this football shirt. I'm begging. And Chelsea, stay away from whatever eyesore that is. Don't give any Arsenal designers access to AI tools. And for the love of God, Manchester United, do not put blue on a home shirt. My God. But yeah, let me know what you think of these interesting football shirts down below in the comments. I'd love to see what your opinions are. Are there any designer fakes or just fake shirts in general that I've missed? Please let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.